Hello, Dr. David DeRose here. It is day 18 in our 30-day journey to natural control of diabetes and high blood pressure. Today's topic, embrace a healthy environment. When I think about this, my mind goes back many years ago to when I was in medical school. My roommate, we'll call him Richard, he seemed to make a connection between living in the relatively peaceful town where my medical school was located and having high blood pressure. Richard said he attributed it to the noise. Now, I can remember being very skeptical about that connection. But years later, as I read the medical literature, I was a believer. We talked about this in our book, 30 Days to Natural Blood Pressure Control. In fact, we've got a whole chapter on the topic of environment and how it can impact our blood pressure. But the same things that raise blood pressure with noise actually can worsen your blood sugar. That's right. What happens under the stress of noise is that both blood pressure and blood sugar go up. It's one of those things that are simply connected with stress hormone levels. I'm actually turning to that chapter. It's chapter 10 in our book, and a lot of material about environment, but we first begin by talking about noise. And what's so interesting to me about this topic is a lot of people get frustrated when we talk about noise raising blood pressure because they say, hey, you talk in your book about road noise raising blood pressure, and especially road noise where you sleep. That's right, you got it. Where you live. The situation in which you live, the place where you sleep, if you're exposed to more noise in the environment, you will have higher blood pressure, and that's right, you're more likely to have elevated blood sugar as a result of that noise stress. So here's the deal. A lot of people say, well, what can I do? I can't change where I live. Now, before we go any further, some of you can change where you live, and maybe you need to be thinking about it. I remember a patient that I had some time back. He was a Native American. I've had the privilege of working with many First Nation peoples over the years, and he was sharing with me how he'd moved back to the reservation, which was in a more rural area, and was speaking about the benefits of that move from his urban environment to the reservation. Well, you say, I don't have that option. I'm in a busy city. I work in a busy city. I don't even own a car. Here's the deal. Researchers have shown us that even if you're in a busy, noisy environment, if you move your bedroom to the opposite side of the apartment or the opposite side of the house, away from the busy street, you'll have better blood pressure. Isn't that amazing? Simple changes can make big differences. But we can't stop there. We can't cover the whole chapter. But I should mention one other thing when it comes to noise. If you just get a pair of earplugs, even if you can't move your bedroom, that can go a long way. That's even been studied in some of the noisiest places in the world, intensive care units. That's right. Earplugs make a big difference. The other thing that makes a big difference is sunlight. Sunshine. Now, light during the night is deleterious to optimal sleep and healthy metabolism. So if you want to have the best blood pressure and blood sugar, dark in the room, quiet in the room, even if it takes earplugs and a blindfold, right? But light during the day, especially sunlight, is beneficial for metabolism. We're, of course, especially talking about vitamin D. Vitamin D, or the sunshine vitamin, helps to give you a healthy metabolism. Let's just put it that way. And as a result of that healthy metabolism, you can decrease your risk of certain types of diabetes. That's what the research indicates. And you can also lower your blood pressure. There seems to be a connection between sun exposure, perhaps through vitamin D, and better blood pressure. Your dermatologist has got you staying away from the sun? Well, I'm not saying to throw caution to the wind, but if you can't get adequate vitamin D by getting out in the sun, then make sure you take a vitamin D supplement. A good friend of mine, a physician in this area where I live, Northern California, said to me not long ago, he said, any patient I see who has not had their vitamin D level checked and is not getting sun exposure, I assume, until proven otherwise, that they're vitamin D deficient. Take that to heart. Quiet, whether it's using noise plugs or just being in a quiet environment, and sun exposure. Two things that can help you have a better metabolism. That's today's tip for better blood sugar and blood pressure control. Put it into practice today and continue it for the rest of the 30 days, and you will be continuing on a journey to natural control of diabetes and high blood pressure. I'm Dr. DeRose.